You ever have one of those mornings you wake up, you haven't even had a bite to eat, and your blood sugar is already high? It's super frustrating, right? But you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to break down some scientifically proven morning habits that can totally change the game for your blood sugar control. Let's dive in. It's probably one of the most maddening questions in managing diabetes. I mean, you follow all the rules, you eat well the night before, and yet you wake up and bam, the numbers are already climbing. So what on earth is going on? Well, the answer, a lot of the time, is hidden in this critical window. That first hour after you open your eyes, it's a quiet battleground. The small, almost invisible choices you make right then can set you up for a day of awesome stable blood sugar or a day of just chasing frustrating spikes. Okay, so before we jump into the habits, the how-to, we really need to get the why. There's a specific, totally natural process that kicks into gear inside your body every single morning, and honestly, it's the root of the problem. And it has a name, the dawn phenomenon. You can think of it like your body's own internal alarm clock. To get you ready for the day, it pumps out hormones like cortisol, which basically tells your liver, hey, release some stored sugar for energy. Now, if you don't have diabetes, your body just handles it, no problem. But if you do, this natural wake-up call can kickstart your day with a big, unwelcome glucose spike. So what do we do about it? Well, the key is to work with your body's clock, not try to fight against it. These first couple of habits are all about syncing up your internal rhythm to kind of turn down the volume on that morning surge. The very first habit is so simple, but it is incredibly effective. Drink water as soon as your feet hit the floor. Yep, before the coffee, before anything else. And the impact is huge. Think about it. After a whole night of sleep, you're naturally dehydrated. That makes your blood more concentrated, which can make your glucose readings look artificially high. Just drinking a couple of big glasses of water helps dilute everything, and you could see a drop of up to 30 points in just half an hour. It's seriously one of the fastest ways to get things moving in the right direction. Now, for our next habit, this one's just as simple. It's all about stepping outside for a minute. Morning sunlight is an incredibly powerful signal for your body. And just check out this metabolic benefit. We're talking a 25% improvement in insulin sensitivity. All it takes is about 15 to 25 minutes of morning sun. That light hits your eyes and helps synchronize your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm. This helps regulate your cortisol levels, which can dial back the intensity of the dawn phenomenon, and over time, just make your body way more receptive to insulin. Okay, you've hydrated, you've gotten some sun. Now it's time for what might just be the most critical tool in your entire morning arsenal, breakfast. And this isn't just about filling your stomach, it's about literally programming your metabolism for the rest of the day. And really, the choice couldn't be more clear. On one side, you've got your hero, the stabilizer, a breakfast that's packed with protein and soluble fiber. This stuff slows down digestion and gives you nice, sustained energy. On the other side, you've got the villain, the spiker. Things like sugary drinks, high-carb cereals, or maybe worst of all, skipping the meal entirely, that just sends your whole system into absolute chaos. This quote from the source material, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? Liquid sugars, like the kind you find in fruit juice, they just bypass all the normal digestive processes. They get absorbed almost instantly, hitting your bloodstream like a glucose bomb. It's just too much, too fast for your system to handle. And what about just skipping breakfast? You might think that's a good idea, right? No food, no spike? Wrong. It's actually a huge mistake. Your body, which is starving for energy, panics and forces your liver to dump even more glucose into your blood. It also makes your cells more resistant to insulin, which doesn't just mess up your morning, it sets you up for much bigger, badder spikes after lunch and dinner too. All right, so we've covered hydrating, getting sunlight, and building a better breakfast. But the real secret sauce, the thing that makes all of this work, is consistency. These final habits are all about creating a reliable routine that locks in your success for good. If you're on medication, this is absolutely massive. It's not just what you take, it's when you take it. Your body thrives on routine, and having a consistent schedule is what maximizes your medication's power. I mean, just look at the difference here. HbA1c, that's your average blood sugar over several months. Taking your meds within the same 30-minute window every single day can lead to a potential improvement of up to 1.2 percentage points. That is huge, but inconsistent timing, it just slashes that effectiveness. Being consistent makes sure your medication is working at full strength all day long, preventing those gaps in your glucose control. So remember our old friend cortisol, the hormone from the dawn phenomenon? Well, guess what else pumps it out? Stress. And morning stress especially can team up with the dawn phenomenon to create a nasty double whammy of high blood sugar. And the solution here can be really simple. This little two-step plan is so powerful. First, just delay the digital stress. Put the phone down. The work emails, the social media, it can all wait 30 minutes. Then just practice a few minutes of deep breathing. That's it. It can lower your cortisol levels and help prevent that stress-induced glucose release. Okay, our final habit. This one is all about the data. If you really want to take control, you have to stop guessing and start being a scientist. And that all begins with consistent testing. This table right here illustrates the problem perfectly. On the very same morning, you could get two completely different readings that tell two totally different stories. At 7 a.m., you might think, hey, I'm doing great. But at 9 a.m., it's a panic. Testing within the same 15-minute window every day, right when you wake up, gives you a true, reliable baseline. It lets you spot the real trends, not just the random noise. So let's bring it all home. That first hour of your day really does set the stage for everything that follows. You can reset your body's clock with something as simple as a glass of water and a few minutes of sun. Your breakfast is your best weapon, so load it up with protein and fiber, and please avoid those sugary glucose bomb drinks. But above all else, consistency is what turns all these little habits into real long-term control. The best part about all of this is that you are in the driver's seat. You don't have to do everything all at once. Just pick one. So the final question is for you. Which one of these habits are you going to make part of your routine starting tomorrow?